This one looks harder, but you know it's not really that hard. First, you want to do is denominators are not the same. So you want to make denominators be the same. 1 minus cosine alpha upstairs, 1 minus cosine alpha downstairs. And here you do the same, multiplied by 1 plus cosine alpha, 1 plus cosine alpha. So then here denominators is 1 plus cosine alpha times 1 minus cosine alpha, and so is the case right here. 1 plus cosine alpha times 1 minus cosine alpha. So denominators are the same now. Then the only thing you want to do is you want to add numerators. Before you add, you have to do some distributive property here. Okay, this one times that, and this one times that. Okay, but we know we have is that tangent theta is actually what? Is actually sine theta, or tangent alpha is sine alpha over cosine alpha. Is for this one, okay? So when you do the multiplication, you want to do sine alpha over cosine alpha times that, okay? So then what do we get? So left hand side you will do is sine alpha over cosine alpha. This is tangent times 1. So you got the same, because here is 1. Now sine alpha over cosine alpha times cosine alpha, you got cosine alpha cancel this one, cosine alpha down denominator. So you then have what? Sine alpha. Okay? Now, and then here is sine alpha times 1 plus cosine alpha. You do by distributive property again. Okay? You do that again. Now, what do you get? You then get sine alpha times 1. So it's still sine alpha. Sine alpha times cosine alpha. That's fine. Okay? Now, denominators are the same. You may write over over 1 plus cosine alpha times 1 minus cosine alpha. But I like to FOIL this out. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times negative cosine alpha is cosine alpha. Cosine alpha times 1, that's cosine alpha. Cosine alpha times negative cosine alpha is cosine alpha squared. Okay, now keep going. You know, down here then we can do something, is that those two are actually cancelled, and those two are actually cancelled. Okay, that's good news. So then what we have is sine alpha over cosine alpha plus sine alpha cosine alpha, and then divided by 1 minus cosine alpha squared. You know those two are cancelled. But 1 minus cosine alpha, 1 minus cosine theta is sine theta. So you may do is you put sine alpha squared here. 1 minus cosine theta squared is sine theta squared. So 1 minus cosine alpha squared is sine alpha squared. Okay? And then you do is sine alpha over cosine alpha, and then here divided by this one, sine alpha squared, and then plus sine alpha cosine alpha divided by sine alpha squared. Okay, now we're going to do a little bit more, give you more details. Okay, and then here you see, then what do we get? This is sine alpha over cosine alpha, and then times 1 over sine alpha squared, and then down here is 1 plus, you see there is a sine alpha here, sine alpha squared, so this will be cancelled. Then basically is cosine alpha over sine alpha. Okay, similarly right here you see you may cancel this sine alpha. Here is sine alpha squared, so this one alpha squared disappeared, this squared sign. So what do we get finally? What we get is cosine alpha over sine alpha is cotangent alpha. Okay, and then plus this quantity. This quantity is what? Is 1 over sine alpha. 1 over sine alpha is secant, and cosine alpha is also done on denominator. So 1 over cosine alpha is secant alpha, and then 1 over sine alpha is cosecant alpha. Okay, so up to this far you can then see what? You can then see, cosine alpha, secant alpha, cosecant alpha. Okay, so from here to here, all are by formulas. Alright, please review this lecture. I'll see you next time.